So recently I looked at some numbers regarding the Jurassic World promotion drop that we had on Veve this month. I guess most of you heard about it, but for those that didn't, Veve had a promotion with AMC cinemas. So basically, when you booked a ticket for the Jurassic World Dominion movie, you would then receive a promo code that you could redeem for an NFT on the Veve app. Later, it also turned out that Italy and Germany, they had also the same promotion. And it was last Wednesday, well, it was on the 16th, that you could then redeem those codes. So I always like then when Veve does these kind of promotional activities, normally they are to attract new users. So I was very curious because the marketing around this promotion wasn't that big. I actually wanted to see, okay, so how many new users did we actually attract to the app? Were there any of them? Because I also heard from some people that the code didn't work, or that the email that they received, it looked kind of scammy or something like that. And I can also imagine that a lot of people, especially at the moment with the current market condition, if they get an email stating something about an NFT and promotion, they just think it's a scam or it goes into the spam mail or something like that. So I don't have the web app, but just to show you the collectibles that were dropped with the promotion or that could be redeemed with this promotion were these kind of posters. So we had like the set for the American AMC theaters, and then the set for Italy and for Germany. So that's also something that we didn't know, that it would be 3 different sets for those 3 countries. And the edition size was quite high. I think in total, counting all set, it was more than 90,000. And with these kind of promotions, also interesting, it's always interesting to know, okay, so how many people actually redeemed a collectible, so we know how scarce or rare the items actually are. And as it said here, so there's still the redemption deadline is until next month, the 16th. So, and I saw that in the past couple of days, these NFTs were still distributed. So I probably will have to do an update video to this one once we've reached the redemption deadline. So something else to have in mind when it comes to promotions, what I have already seen in the data, is that these collectibles are not minted on the, let's say, drop day. So they are not minted when people are redeeming the code, but they are actually minted before, and they are minted in the Veve wallet. And then once the people redeem their code, Veve sends the NFT from their wallet to the user wallet. And that's something that I have already seen in the data. On the 25th of May, we saw this kind of huge amount of tokens that were minted, but we didn't actually have a drop on the 25th. And this was just before the Star Wars weekend. So the question was a bit, okay, are we going to have like a promotion event on the Star Wars weekend, or some kind of airdrop or something like that? And a lot of people already guessed that this could already be for the Jurassic Park promotion. But there was almost 3 weeks between, so it wasn't really sure. But it turned out that indeed those posters were minted on the May 25th. So that makes them actually the first Jurassic World NFTs minted on the blockchain, for all the people that do give importance to that. And how did I know that these tokens are actually the Jurassic World tokens? This data comes directly from Veve X. And so also if we look at Immutoscan, what we can see is always when something gets minted, it gets recorded here, and we can see the token ID. So this token ID has nothing to do with the mint numbers or anything on the Veve app. These are just the token IDs that Immutable X assigns to the token. And once the kind of distribution of those NFTs started, I kind of looked at the token IDs that were minted during that time, and I compared them with the token IDs that were minted on that day. So, okay, but now without further ado, let's look at the numbers, because this is the most interesting part. And I gathered the data from the June 16th until yesterday. And here I just list all the available tokens, so the complete set size of those different sets. So we had the Italy one is let's say the smallest set. They have only edition size of 3,270. And well, the American one was the one with the most items. And so the total amount of, let's say, posters available for redemption were almost 97,000. So this is actually quite a large edition size. But now we look at the total tokens that are redeemed or that have been redeemed. So until now, in total, only 11,848 Jurassic World posters were redeemed. So this makes only 12% of the total available amount. And here we can see how many were redeemed on which day. So obviously on the first day, the majority were redeemed, almost 9,000. On the second day, still 1,600, but it's getting less and less every day. Well, unfortunately, I cannot see how many were redeemed from which set. So how many from the Italy or German or American set. But when I looked at the app, for example, for the German posters, I think there aren't any commons and rares listed. So we can imagine that, especially in Italy and in Germany, only very few of those posters were actually redeemed. Okay, so next what I wanted to see is how many different users actually redeemed tokens, because we know that there were some users that bought a lot of those tickets to get a lot of those promotion NFTs. And in total, there were 6,815 unique wallets that redeemed at least one of those NFTs. And now the interesting part was to see, okay, so how many of those were new users? And actually that surprised me because, as I said, the marketing around it wasn't that great. And as I said, like maybe people are a bit doubtful about NFTs in general at the moment. Still, 45% of those wallets were new wallets. So how do I define a new wallet? I look at the first activity date of that wallet. So basically I look what was the first date the wallet bought an item on the secondary market or received an item on the drop, so participated in a drop. And if this happened to be on the 16th or later, then I consider that wallet a new wallet. Of course, the thing here is that what we cannot see in the data is if any existing user in the app created a new account just for this promotion or something else. Although, especially for this kind of promotional drop, I don't assume it. So still, I think like 45% of new users from this promotion is quite good. Or was quite unexpected. Another thing that I looked at was how many NFTs were redeemed per user. So here we see the total amount of tokens or posters were redeemed and the number of users that redeemed this amount of NFTs. And we see that the maximum was 59. So someone bought 59 tickets and got 59 codes and redeemed those 59 codes. Quite interesting. Also, there are some of those high numbers, especially in the 20s. We have some users buying 20 tickets or more. Then we have some users that bought between 10 and 20 tickets, but 80% just bought one or two tickets. Yeah, so this was also quite interesting to see. And one last thing I looked at was how did the people trade those NFTs. So I look at what I call like net accumulation. So I just look at all the users that traded those posters. How many did they sell and how many did they purchase? And so if we have a net accumulation of 0, then we have people that either redeemed a token or bought a token, but then sold them immediately. And so these are basically our flippers. Then we have the vast majority, so over 6,000, they own 1 to 5 collectibles, or 1 to 5 of those posters. So either they redeemed 1 to 5 posters or they purchased them afterwards in the market. So probably most of them just completed this set, I imagine. But then we have also a fair amount of users that kind of really went and stacked those posters. So we even have like 2 people that stacked over 50 of those posters, and there was even one person who bought more than 100 of those posters. So yeah, that's all the data I got for you now. As I said, I think I will do an update video looking of how many of those tokens are being redeemed until the mid of next month, until the deadline. And then I will update these numbers. And yeah, I hope you found it interesting. If yes, then leave a like. Also, let me know what you think about these numbers. Did you think that the total amount of posters redeemed would be higher or lower? And yeah, that's all from me today, and have a great rest of your day. See you soon.